Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have set number 75277. This is the LEGO Star Wars Boba Fett helmet from the new helmet collection that LEGO's been doing. And I want to start off with the box first, just because the box for this set is really cool looking. Spoiler alert, I like this set a lot, and I will be getting the other ones eventually. And just having the three helmet set boxes together will just look really cool. It's got like a nice black design. You got a little bit of a white glow around the helmet here. The actual helmet on the box has a little bit of a glossy finish, but only on the parts that are supposed to be the helmet. And you do have the greebling design that they've used on some of the Rise of Skywalker boxes down on the bottom. 625 pieces retailing for $60. This is one of the first LEGO sets marketed for people ages 18 and up. You do have the Boba Fett logo up on the top, and if we turn this around to the side, we have the 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back right on the side. You do have this helmet collection text up on the top, so you could display them all this way too. And then on the back we have some images of, Boba Fett's helmet from the source material, as well as overall dimensions and heights of the actual helmet here. Then on the side, I guess if you wanted to store them that way, you could. It wouldn't look as good, but and then on the top as well, you do have a Boba Fett logo again, and then an actual size demonstration of the 2x4 wedge plate. And that's all there is for the box. It is really cool, and I like it. Also, one other thing to note is the LEGO logo is actually down on the bottom left instead of the top left as usual. And then we do have one instruction manual here, which, relatively normal size for an instruction manual, but I do like the all black design again. On the back we have a different feedback and win design, and the instructions are all on black paper, which is kind of cool. Feels like an architecture set, a little bit more premium. And then we do have a little bit of a blurb on the character Boba Fett. And then also, this might be relatively new, because I don't think I've seen this particular version of how to use a brick separator, and that shows you how the build is sort of split up. But it's all for the packaging and stuff. It is split into 5 bags, so it's a relatively normal building experience, and you really don't use any super duper interesting or difficult or crazy techniques. So the build feels still like it doesn't feel any more advanced. I think the 18 plus is just a marketing thing, because this is really strictly a display set. There's really no way to play with this. But let's take a look at the model. And here we have the full model all built up, and it's actually a pretty sizable thing. It's a little bit larger than I was expecting it to be. Not by much, but it actually feels like it's worth $60. And I was sort of expecting from reviews and stuff that the size of it would make it, feel like it's a little bit overpriced. But no, I think that it's a reasonably sized thing. It's about 8.5 inches tall. If we compare it to the size of a minifigure, none other than Boba Fett, you can see he would look pretty nice if they had a minifigure next to the nameplate. That would be one thing that I think could take these to the next level. But I don't know. I feel like as a display set on its own, it doesn't really even need that. The whole thing is built onto a stand that looks really nice. You can actually pull this all off. It's a little bit hard. It's attached with all of these studs, but the stand itself, has a good shape to it. And I don't know. It's just the stand was more pleasing than I was expecting it to be. It's got some good angles to it, and you do have this printed, modified plate here with the LEGO Star Wars logo, and then the name Boba Fett, which that's a cool design too. And they do have a different printed one for each of the helmets. There are no stickers in this set. There are stickers in the other ones, but when I review those, I'll talk about that. And you do have some Technic parts going all the way through, just for extra added stability. And to plop this back on, it is a little bit moderately difficult to get it on there. You do have to make sure that it is lined up with all the studs and in the right spot. But once you do, it sticks on there pretty well. Probably sticks on there better if you don't keep removing it from the stand, just because you can't always get it on there perfectly, but the actual angles of all of this, the overall just design and look of the Boba Fett helmet here, it's just really well done. And I don't know, I can't say too much about it because it's just a Boba Fett helmet. You can see everything that there is here, but some of the ways things go together is pretty clever. These are all clipped on to a bar that runs through the inside. You even have a little dent in his helmet. It's it's a good technique, and it allows you to get the same sort of shape without having to use stickers for these stripes, and it works well. That was one of the more interesting parts of the build. The brick set inventory isn't published yet. It's just ported from Rebrickable, so I couldn't easily check and see if there are any new special parts. But I did look up these 2x2 sand green curved tiles real quick, because those are the only things that I didn't recognize right off the bat, and those are actually exclusive to that set so far. So it includes at least one new recolor, but I don't know about the rest of the parts. It seems like it's relatively the normal stuff that you can probably get, so you could probably build this on your own if you really wanted to. It would probably be a little bit difficult and a little bit of a hassle, but it can be done. But just turning it around, we do have these little grills on the back of his helmet, and sort of indented a little, done in the dark red. And just turning it around to this side, we have his rangefinder, and his rangefinder is on a hinge, so you can actually move it up and down, or have it in front of his eye area. And there are some slight gaps here and there. Like, if you look from straight on, you can see my blue wall back through those panels just a little bit. If you have this on a dark surface, like if your wall and table are black, you won't be able to see that at all, and it won't bother you. But if you're putting it on a really well lit white area, you may be able to see that if you're looking at it straight on. So that could bother you just a tiny bit. But you could do some custom work in there to get some plates just blocking the light, maybe smooth off the entire bottom area of this helmet, fill in these gaps. And I think if you could do that, then it would look perfectly fine. Speaking of removing it from the stand, you could actually just take it off and put it on the ground like that, and that also solves that problem as well. You can't see anything through it if there's nothing to see behind it, because all that's underneath it is floor. So if that really does bother you, just display it like that, and it still looks really good. You do lose the display stand, which I think adds some collectability and displayability to it, but it definitely can be done, just solo, just the helmet. But overall, I think that this helmet is a really good-looking display model, and definitely something that I'm happy to add to my LEGO Star Wars collection. And I'm looking forward to them doing more of these in the future. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little review. Let me know what you think of the LEGO Star Wars helmet collection in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye, everyone.